Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the recap of weeks 26 and 27.
You're going in! 3, 2, 1, go!
So just like the last doubleheader where I recapped 2 weeks, not a whole lot has been going on here. It's been cold, so I'm still trying, today is one of the very few days recently where I haven't felt the urge to cough. And Sadie's here, so if you see the camera shake, that's why. Hey, sweet girl. Where I haven't felt the urge to cough, so I've really been trying to stay inside as much as I can and out of the cold weather that's here. But I did get in one last long effort. At the end of week 26, I did 15 miles in total. So let's jump back to week 26 and I'll show you how that went. And I also went through each of my running outfits, which is super fun. So here's week 26 long run. Time for one last running outfit run through. So several funny stories. Down at our lake house, forgot my cameras, so we're definitely going old school and using my phone to do all of this. And today is Saturday, end of week 26. Sadie, you're okay. I was turning the fan off and I think it freaked you out. And I was going to do a longer effort today, one last longer effort, just to remind myself that I can go more than just like 5 or 6 miles at a time. And I was gonna go on a hike. Well, one, down at my lake house. Two, even if I'd stayed home, my hiking buddy is out of town and the weather, I know, is raining back home, so wouldn't have worked out anyways. So what we're gonna do is we're going to run through all 4 of our running outfits, and between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. today, I'm gonna see how many miles I can get in. The plan is to do sets of 3. This first set of 3, I'm gonna run straight through, harder effort. And then every set after that, I'm probably gonna run the first mile and then walk the miles after that and do at least 3 in each set. And if I'm feeling good, I'll do more, and I might cap it at 15 miles for the day. We'll see. So yeah, I'm excited to show each of my 4 running outfits, and there's not really a story, but there's a reason behind each one. So let's get Sadie on the treadmill, get her a little walking and little warm up, and we'll get going. We are 8 minutes from go time. So for each of my run outfits for Dopey weekend, I decided to kind of pay tribute, as it were, to my first Run Disney in that distance. So, fun fact, Dopey will be my first in-person 5K, but my first Run Disney 5K ever was Princess Virtual 5K back during the Rona, when they canceled Princess, that I was really excited for. It was gonna be my first weekend, and yeah. So it was aerial, so I decided to get a really fun tank top that says up where they walk, up where they run. Not super excited that the greens don't really match, but whatever. And I'm recycling my Tiana bow for my hair. So 5K outfit. Let's give it one last spin on the treadmill. Whew, all right, set 1 done. This is like an upper room in our lake house. It is 71 degrees in here right now, because normally I really don't get this sweaty when I run just 3 miles. But I guess it's a good thing because we are going to Florida and the weather does this, you never know. So anyway, set 1 done, time for an outfit change. Number 2, getting ready to start outfit number 2. So my first Run Disney 10K was my first Run Disney weekend. Princess 2022 ran the challenge that year. And so the 10K was Tiana themed. And I just did, you know, Tiana at Wine and Dine, so I wanted to get a little bit of a different Tiana look this time. So I found this Raw Threads tank that I absolutely love. Still got a beignet theme going because I love beignets. But I thought it was super cute. Let me get a little closer. See? So let's get set 2 going. Also, one rule to this whole like sets and getting the time on my feet thing that I made for myself was that between sets, I'm not going to sit down or take too long of a rest. I might have to take a little bit longer when I go to eat lunch, but even when I eat lunch, I'm not going to sit down because the whole purpose behind this is what I wanted to, you know, not give my legs and feet a rest. Just so mentally I could tell myself when I got to go 26 miles, I can go 26 miles and have all that time on my feet. So anyway, all right, set number 2. Okay, set 2's done. I did, can't remember if I mentioned this earlier, I think I did, but all of these sets past this first one, that first one, I'm gonna run the first mile and then I'm gonna balloon lady pace the other 2 where if I'm feeling good, then I'll add in a 4th mile for that particular set. But this set I only did the 3 because I'm feeling like I need to go get a little bit of a snack. My usual running snack is gummies. That's what I carry with me as fuel. So I'm gonna go get some gummies and actually a little bit of naked juice. My favorite juice that I usually will have the morning of the long run race or whatever I'm doing is the mango naked juice. Because if you look at the nutritional facts, it's very heavy on carbs. And I don't think there's any fiber in it, which is good because fiber sits in your stomach, and very little protein, which also sits in your stomach. So I really enjoy having that before a run. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that, a little bit of gummies, and we'll start set number 3.
Let's go get a snack. Come on, let's go get a snack. Are you tired? You just gonna stay up here? Okay.
Oh, nope, you coming?
Snack time!
We're doing well. We're getting ready to start. Sadie's standing right here. She's like, oh goodness, we're gonna get on the tread again. We're getting ready to start set number 3. So for the half marathon, I am paying tribute to Moana, as I mentioned for set number 2 for my 10K outfit. My first Run Disney weekend was Princess 2022, and the half marathon was actually Mulan, but I like Moana better. And Moana was the challenge. So I found this fun shirt on Etsy. There's just no telling how far I'll go. Hopefully the whole Dopey is how far I'm going to go. And I'm glad I'm doing this. First of all, because this is the first time I've actually run in this. So this is definitely, it's this shirt's first time running. I'm also, as I put it on, notice that there's a hole on the side that I need to fix. So yeah, so I will sew that back when I get home. And I also have this flower that I found that I guess I wore when I did my Moana outfit during Princess of 2022. So cool, got a flower, fun shirt. Set number 3. Whew, I'm a sweaty mess. All right, 3rd set done. It is about 11:15, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a little lunch break. So this little break was gonna be longer than like the other 10-minute breaks between sets. But like I said, I don't plan on sitting down, trying to stay on my feet, because they are starting to feel tired, of course. So that's sort of the point, is just to remind myself that even when you feel tired, you just gotta keep moving, because that's what's, it's what's gonna feel like by the end of 4 days of running. Oh, we're gonna be tired, so. All right, I will catch back up with you after lunch. All right, post lunch. And I kind of knew this was gonna happen when I went to go eat lunch, but I really just wanna lay down and take a nap now. But I really wanna get these last at least 6 miles done. I think I was gonna maybe go a little bit past 15, but I don't know if I'll have time, so. But it's almost 12:30 now, so hopefully that's enough time for the food to kind of settle in my stomach. I'm not running super hard these few sets. But anyway, so marathon outfit, of course, honoring Dopey. And I have this really cute bow that I found on Etsy. I'm gonna wear it in my hair, so I'm super excited. All right, Sadie, you ready? Let's get these last 2 sets done so I can make some coffee and take a nap. Okay, that was the 4th set, so I'm up to 12 miles now. I'm glad I'm doing this because I have run in this shirt before. And I kind of remember this being a thing when I did it before. But it's definitely, I realized that if I'm gonna be running, over 26 miles in this shirt, that the underarm runs really high, like it is in my armpit, and it's very uncomfortable. So I'm gonna be having my mom help me fix that, because that's gonna get very irritating over hours of running. But I think I will have enough time to fit in 2 more sets, so I can get up to 18, and I think I'll stop there. So, but definitely at least 1 more, because 15 was my goal. So I'm gonna get out of this top because I don't want to run it anymore. I'll put on one of my other ones, and we'll continue on.
Sadie, guess what? We're done. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, I'm stopping at 15.
Didn't take any clips of that last little 3-mile segment getting up to 15 because you guys are probably tired of watching clips of me running on a treadmill. I could totally keep going, which is reassuring. I think that I'll be fine for the marathon, you know, just having my, final 26 miles fall when it did so early. But this is why, and actually my set of orthotics that I plan on running in at Disney are getting refurbished at the moment because of this same reason. My right heel was starting to feel like I was getting a hot spot or a blister, and it's because you can see the fabric is coming off of the plastic, and that causes blisters. I got a blister on my left foot from my other set of orthotics, which is why I took them to get refurbished. So hopefully, now that this is happening on this one, hopefully they'll be done before I leave for Orlando, or else I will be getting a blister. I might try to, if I end up having to take these, I'll maybe try to throw some tape on that or something so it doesn't rub so bad. But then also, pro tip, I forget where I heard this, but it definitely works. I didn't bring my body glide with me before doing all of this running, walking, whatever today, but putting body glide on your feet, especially where you're prone to getting blisters, really, really helps so much. So I body glide my heels, I body glide my toes, like the tops of them, I always get blisters there. Body glide on your feet helps with blisters. So glad that that's done. 15 miles over the course of the entire day. Let's see, without getting my hand in the camera. Oh, hang on, let me play my watch. Okay, it's about 2:15, so yay. So now I'm gonna go clean up, and I gotta get all my stuff packed so we can head back home here in a few hours. But I'm really looking forward to making a cup of coffee. So today is Saturday of week 27, and I actually did 6 miles on the treadmill this morning. Felt really good. My feet, I was a little worried just that my feet felt like they did not want to run anymore, but from this point on, I think I might do like a 45-minute walk on Monday, but I wouldn't expect anything less. My body is definitely ready to be done with this training plan. But it went really well, and really all we have left to do is to finish this up. So we will have 1 more chapter next week, but for now we're on chapter 24 and 25 in the book, which fortunate enough for me, since I was doing a 2-week recap, they actually go together. So it's consistency and closure. So we're picking up with Ryan Hall. He's retired from running, and not too long after he officially, announced his retirement or whatever, a friend of his let him know that he was going to be doing a 7 marathon in 1 week challenge with it. I think it was 7 marathons, 7 continents, 7 days. And Ryan's like, for whatever reason, he's like, you know what? I'm going to try to do that. And he obviously wasn't, he was still running a little bit, but nothing, he said, like the mileage that he was running when he was actually a pro runner training for a marathon. Nothing close to that, but he was still going to go and, have the experience and just see what all that was like, and, support his friend. So in the chapter for consistency, I wanted to share what he said at the end of it. So he ends the chapter in the story. They've just started running the first and second of the 7 marathons. So what he says at the end of 24, which is the consistency chapter, After the second marathon, I was feeling a lot better about life. Yes, I was sore and stiff and had difficulty sitting down and getting up, but I'd done something I'd never done before, 2 back-to-back marathons. This was an important lesson for me. Often our biggest challenges are in our minds. My body was more than capable of running 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 continents, even with the lack of training, but my mind took some convincing. After I finished that second marathon, though, I knew I could do it. All I had to do was keep putting one foot in front of the other and not think about how long or how hard the journey would be. I couldn't be concerned about all the steps it would take to complete my week of running. I only needed to concern myself with consistently taking a step in the right direction. I definitely wanted to share that at this point for Dopey training. I mean, this is it. We put in the work. You know, I felt massively confident about completing the Dopey challenge when I was done with, St. Jude. But like I knew was going to happen, because it kind of happened with Goofy, that was over a month ago. And so part of my mind is like, can I still do it? I've let myself recover. I don't think I went back into running too fast. All my running this week has felt, really good. Like I said, my feet today were just like, can we be done now, please? But other than that, everything else felt fine. And so it's just telling my mind, we can do this. And Disney we're not running for time. We just gotta stay ahead of the balloon ladies. And like he said, put one foot in front of the other and not think too much about what's ahead, but stay in the moment, stay in the race that we're in, which, I sometimes am good at, but sometimes I'm also very bad at. Like, I'm sure on half marathon day, I'm going to be like, still got 26 miles to go. So, but we're going to stay calm about the whole thing. Okay, so he continues, he picks up his story about his 7 marathons in the chapter 25 about closure. And he says, the closer I got to the finish line, or the final line, the more I had to stay present and focus on running the mile I was in, just like I just said. And he shares how, he felt in his heart that his faith beckoned himself to push beyond his limits. He talks a lot about that in this chapter, how God, in previous marathons when he was running pro, would just show up and give him the strength that he needed at that time during a race when he was starting to fade. And how that really grew his faith. And I liked this statement. Running in a nutshell is that some days you feel amazing and don't understand why, while other days you feel terrible and don't know why. And that there's so many variables that are going to go into it. And I highlighted that because I know that I've heard stories, especially when it comes to Disney, and we put a lot of time and money and all of that into these weekends. And it's unfortunate that this could happen, but to not let it, get to you, make you feel super disappointed. But, and it could happen to me too. I feel prepared. I've done all the training, but, I could wake up one of the mornings, with a stomach bug. I mean, we're going to be around 1 million people. And as careful as we are to, stay, hygienic, stay healthy, it could happen. You can get food poisoning. You can get the stomach bug. You could wake up with a cold, and it may not be your day. And that's okay. It really is okay. It happens to the pros. There's a lot of DNFs that happen all the time for them. And it's, you take what you can learn from that instance and you try again the next time. So I appreciated that statement, just to remember that there's so many variables that go along with training. You should obviously do your best in training. But it may not be your day on one of those race days. We got 4 of them. Anything could happen. Another thing he said in this chapter, God has taught me along my running journey. Yesterday doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the here and now. So it's, a common theme that I sometimes I'm good at, sometimes I'm bad at, just to, live in the moment that we're in. Run the mile you're in. That's sort of his point, And that, I think we get the best experience out of all of this, especially this type of thing, if we remember that. And he says, this is what is so special about running. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow you're going, all the runners in a race get to share a similar experience. And I highlighted that just because that's Run Disney in a nutshell. We're all doing this really crazy thing and get to experience it together with so many people. And so he closes the chapter. It's kind of long, but I really liked it. So he closes the chapter. What I've learned since the World Marathon Challenge is that for something to grow, something else usually has to die first. Humans live because plants and animals die. Seeds come from plants that die. In order for the sun to rise, it first has to set. I found that when I received the closure on my running that I had been craving, meaning that he felt his official retirement started when he was done with the World Marathon Challenge. So that's when he felt the closure to move on to a new dream. Okay, I found that when I received the closure on my running that I've been craving, I could move to my next season of life without trying to live in the past. From time to time, I still think about the ways I messed up in my running career and imagine what I might have done differently, and try not to disregard those lessons because I believe that my mistake can result in victory for others. But in the end, I remember that I did the very best I could with the knowledge I had. I ran with faith, I ran free, I ran hard, I ran fearless. This is what I am most proud of. When something in your life dies, whether it be a job, a hobby, or a dream, I encourage you not to focus on what could have been and what is lost, but instead to look for the new life and new opportunities that result. A new season is here. Oh, hi. Hey, there's Scout. Yeah, so, and I think that would be a good thing to remember too, if, you know, especially if, for me, this being my first and maybe my last Dopey, that if something doesn't go my way next week, it's okay. There's always going to be another race. I could always try to do this again. There's things that we can learn from every instance. And so I'll be looking for those. But of course, I hope that for myself and for everybody else that we have the absolute best time. And I know that it's like a thing with the weather being, you know, colder, but just remember how nice it's gonna feel once you're moving, that it's not like 60, 70, 80 degrees. One of my favorite sayings is be bold, start cold. So, you know, bring what you need for the corral, but throw that stuff away. And, you know, be a little bit cold when you start because you will warm up very quickly. And it will be, I think it'll actually end up being a really, really great marathon weekend. And I'm so, so excited. So we got one more chapter. Next week's video will not be obviously a whole lot of running. It'll probably just be closing out our Run the Mile You're In and travel to Florida because I had to leave in like 3 days. But one thing I wanted to memorialize in my Dopey video was this. This bracelet, I don't know if I ever even showed it on any of the videos. I may have. But you know, the whole friendship bracelet, which I'm not a Swiftie, but making bracelets has been fun. But I made this. This is my first one that I ever made to practice. It's Dopey in training. But I'm done training. This has lived on me. The only time I've taken this bracelet off is when I showered. And all of these have faded. Even the letters have faded. But now that, I mean, I'm basically done. So I'm ceremoniously taking this off because we're done. Dopey in training is done. And I've actually set aside a new bracelet that I'm going to use. Most of this, not the in training, but all the other parts, the Dopey and the colors. I'm going to make a Dopey finisher bracelet that I will get when I finish Dopey. And I really was looking forward to making that because I'm going to put all of this faded color on there that I can look down and remember all the hard work that went into this and the ups and the downs, the chronic injuries, the, you know, trying to navigate running the marathon a month ago and hoping to get that time, and all of that will be encompassed in my finisher bracelet. So I'm super excited about that. So I hope everyone's good. We're here. This is so, so, so exciting. I can't wait to see everybody next week and to just have the best time. I am so, so excited. So be sure to give this video a like. Leave me a comment. What are your thoughts? What are you feeling? I feel probably every single emotion. I put it out on my Instagram how, like, I was just running 6 miles this morning. I ran 6 miles before, but like I realized that this was it. This is my last long run before I go to Disney and do the thing. And I was just feeling super emotional about the whole thing, that this is 27 weeks in the making. I don't really count 28 because most of the week is the race weekend. We started this back in July and now we're here. It feels like it was so slow in the start and now it just like sped up really, really fast and now we're here. Yeah, and be sure to subscribe. I will have expo videos. I will have race recaps. Like I said, we'll finish the book. That'll be the next one. And I do have some park time on my schedule, as well as one fancy dining that I'm super excited about. So I will bring you all along for all the things next week. We're here. The countdown is over. We're ready to do this and have the best time. Always remember that you are God's masterpiece. I'm gonna see you next week as we travel to Disney.